How's it going, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Heartstrings Podcast. Today we actually have our very first host, or guest.
Official guest.
Our first official guest. You want to introduce yourself?
My name's Vick.
What's your name?
Vick.
How's it going, Vic?
How you doing?
Pretty good. So Vitor is pretty much a family member. He's
my cousin.
Yeah. So we've had a really good close relationship with Victor for a long time. So we just thought we should bring him on because I do see that he can bring a lot in his perspective and his experience, and he's a funny ass guy too. So
sometimes I don't take that.
You're pretty funny. You could be a comedian. We were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah, I do feel like you can be a stand-up comedian.
I disagree.
Well, we both agree, so it's 2 against 1.
Okay, why are we here?
Come on, stand-up comedy.
No, we're not doing that.
But
okay.
Yeah, so
well, I kind of wanted to go ahead and I had a conversation with you earlier, and I just kind of want to put it out there. I intended to have this conversation with you while being on here. So I wanted to talk about our relationship. We grew up together as, toddlers, I guess you could say. When we were toddlers, we were...
Got all the pictures, yeah.
Yeah, we have pictures, and that's like the memories that we have from us being, growing up together. And then we kind of drifted apart for many years.
I went with my mom. You went with your mom. My mom was never really around my dad afterwards. Didn't want me around him. So, yeah, we didn't get to see each other as much.
We reconnected when we were in high school.
Yeah.
So I was a senior. You were a sophomore. And that's when, I think it was around the holidays, wasn't it?
It was Christmas Eve of 2008.
Yep.
Yeah. So this was a year after you and I started dating.
No.
It
was the year. It was the year,
yeah.
You guys. So as long as
No, we started dating in 2007.
It was
2007 then.
Yeah.
It was because you guys you were telling me that you guys all had went up to Reno, and that
it was recent.
It was real recent, and you know what I'm saying. So I remember all that, and I remember.
So basically, you reconnected with me, and at the same time, you got to know Mario.
When it was the package deal.
Yeah, 2 for 1.
So as long as I've known Graciela, it's been
Mario.
I've known Mario.
Yeah. So we reconnected in 2007, and part of what I shared with you earlier was that I feel like I have a special bond with you because of ever since we reconnected, we've always shared a closeness. You've been around for a lot of our ups and downs. You've been around for watching our not watching our kids, but seeing our family grow.
Yeah, from the very beginning.
Yeah. So you've been around for a lot of that, and you've also been a pretty consistent person in my life. I'm not used to keeping relationships. I find it very hard. And you kind of mentioned something earlier about how I don't respond to you quickly. It takes me a little while to when you text me,
few weeks.
Yeah, when you text me or call
later.
me, it's 3 weeks later. Hey, you called me the other day.
It's and it's yeah, what's up, guys? And you pick it up like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. And another thing that we mentioned, it's we don't always have the same views. We can agree to disagree on a lot of things. Yeah. And it's never going to be a feud. It's never going to be oh, I'm going to cut you off because you don't think the way that I think, or vice versa. It's never going to be like that with us. It has never been that way with us. So after I had Aiden and stuff, I really was looking forward to us, growing older, and I knew that you would be someone that once you had your own kids, which you do now, you have your daughter, that my kids would be able to frequent at least one of their cousins. Like I knew that they were going to be able to have a relationship and grow with, you know, your children. So yeah, that's something that I'm really grateful for. And just the fact that, you know, like I said, you've been a pretty consistent person in my life. I know that like I said, I struggle with creeping relationships, and I know that I'm not always the one that hits you up or that or, you know, calls you or whatever, like, you know, it invites you over.
Life happens.
Yeah.
Life happens. I mean, yeah, I mean, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I've been here for the chaos, you know what I'm saying? So I know. I mean, it's nothing that surprises me. I mean, doing the family deal, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course.
But I mean, what I'm trying to say is, like, thank you for, like, never forgetting that I'm here, and, like, it's nothing personal. It's just, you know, the fact that, you know, like you said, life happens. We're busy, and, you know, we can always, like, pick up where we left off. You know, you come over and spend holidays with us. You come over and spend birthdays with us. You know, you come over whenever you know, sometimes when you have your daughter for the weekend, you know, you come over and spend some time with us. So, you know, I guess I just wanted to tell you how much our relationship means to me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you call it? I mean, I've always looked at, like, I've relied on you when it comes to a sisterly opinion, because I don't have that person that I can rely on, to given that I am the oldest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have somebody that I can go to and ask their input on something, because of the fact that I was kind of looked at as that person. You know,
you're the older brother.
I'm the older
like
brother.
you have a
Like,
younger brother.
I should know. You know what I'm saying?
You're the mature one with the answers or whatever.
And not even necessarily that. You know what I'm saying? But just a second opinion. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be just, hey, this is what's going on in life right now, or, hey, can I get your opinion? You know what I'm saying? Whether that be just as a family member, female opinion, you know what I'm saying? Just a third party, non-biased opinion of a subject where I've kind of battled with. So, I mean, that's always been good to have.
And I feel like I try to be as honest as possible with you. Like, I try to help you understand, like, you know.
Yeah, and that's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we all have people that we go to and question and try to seek out an answer that we don't necessarily have an answer for. But in the end, we still end up having to fight those questions with ourselves, instead of having to go. Like, it does help talking to somebody, but you still have to battle those things yourself.
Yeah.
Like, one of the things that I know is that, in a sense, like, you both kind of, you know, bounce, you know, things off from each other.
We fed off of each other a lot. Yeah.
And there'll be times where you're going, like, let's say, like, you're going through something and you need my opinion, and I tell you, like, my opinion, and it's always good to have, like, the second person's point of view to, like, reassure
like
that,
a
like,
third person.
or third person point of view.
Yeah.
So you also get, like, reassurance, you know, because it's like, it's okay for me to say, like, oh, you know, what I think you did is right, you know, but there's always that, you know, oh, you're just being biased because, you know, but no, when somebody else
and
tells
that's kind of how I feel about, like, I understand that your opinion is supportive, like, you support me and stuff, and that's kind of why
It's his job. He has
Yeah,
to. Even if he doesn't want it, even though he doesn't believe it, he has to make you think it.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like I appreciate your opinion and I value your opinion, but I always try to kind of seek a third person opinion, because I know that I also want to hear when I am genuinely wrong. Like, if I'm wrong, like, I want to know, like, I want someone to help me understand that, and I know that, you know, you're always going to be on my side, and, you know, that's why sometimes I'm like, hey, Victor, I said this thing, like, was I wrong, or was, like, it's okay?
I'll sit there and tell you that was.
You'd be like, that's fucked up.
That's
Why the fuck did you do that?
I'd sit there and be like, fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd have sat there and let go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have held back. I'd have sat there and say, what the fuck? I need to feel how I felt on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And that's what we were talking about today, is not sugarcoating shit. Especially somebody that you are close to the worst thing that they can do is sugarcoat something, because once they start sugarcoating it, they're trying to tell you something that you like hearing. And if you like hearing it, you're going to keep on going to that opinion.
Yeah. And you just become part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just as
an advisor or whatever.
Coming out and just having somebody that says, hey, that gains nothing out of what it is that's being questioned. I don't gain anything from the yes or no to that question. It's, this is how I feel on the subject. It's fuck that. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes we all do need to hear a second opinion to that. Like, okay, well, under those circumstances, we all have to sit back and think. It's not, because we all can be closed-minded. Mm-hmm. You know, after, what's the old cliche? They say after the age of 25, you're set in your ways, in your mindset. I think I've heard studies that at 25, they say that you are who you are at that age.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before too.
I don't agree with that.
No, I mean,
I don't know.
I've heard it before. I don't know if
I think it's based off of a person. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's ever changing. It doesn't stop at one point. You know what I'm saying? We all have growth and we all have things that we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of goes back to we battle ourselves with. You know what I'm saying? Because when we ask those questions to other people on how you would have reacted, and they sit there and tell you fucked up, then it's like, did I fuck up? Let me sit back and think about how I reacted to it. And
you also have to have like a level of like open-mindedness.
Kind of like we were saying today when we were out there, like, it's centering my chi.
Yeah.
Like it's
what did I do? The guy was doing the bowl thing.
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, it's like, some kind of bell.
I don't know, cuz he's centering my chi right now. It's centering my chi. Keep on doing it. It's centering my chi. You're like, your chi. I'm like, yeah, my chi, my inner.
No, I heard cheek. I was like, your cheek. Like, what are you talking about? Okay.
And that's just me just kind of going off, like, cracking jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, but what was that?
Oh, it's inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that's one of the you guys' relationships, you know, has really kind of like, you know, gotten stronger over the years. And just the fact that, like, you know, like kind of like you said, like, you know, you're busy, you know, both of you guys have a full-time job and we have lives, you know, we have kids and we have work and we have bills, of course. I think relationships build when you like the two parties involved know that
you understand.
You know, like you understand, like, you know, I know you're busy and I know I'm pretty sure you didn't mean to ignore me, my text message. You're going to get back to me as soon as you can. And you kind of move forward. But when we start taking things up the ass, and that kind of makes it harder, you know, but I don't see that with, you know, with both of you guys.
But that's family though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's different when it's family, you know what I'm saying? Well, versus other aspects, you know what I'm saying? If it's a business aspect, you know what I'm saying? That's like, there's actual money on the line. Like you're actually spending money. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my time's valuable.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
definitely.
saying? Like that's how things work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to say it, time is money, but you know, family time is family time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even I mean, like, you know, not to like, you know, not to add more to it, but, you know, even like sometimes family can be like that. You know, it's just unfortunately there is people in family that can
require a lot of attention.
Yeah,
kind of like need your world to revolve around them.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard sometimes, but I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you know, like you guys can like meet in the middle and like, you know, okay, when she gets back to me, she'll get back to me. When he gets back to me, he will. And, you know, I think that just makes it like, when you guys do link up, like kind of today, you know, it just makes like a valuable time. And that's
fortunately, that's how our relationship works.
It's always been that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it be, it was like that 2 years ago. Hell, we did the same exact thing we did today a few years ago.
Before COVID.
Before COVID, yeah. And, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way that things are. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, what I called you last week and said, hey, what's up? I'm taking my daughter out to San Francisco. We're about to go out to
I was gonna
do this. You know what I'm saying? And you were like, no, I'm taking Aiden over to the soccer practice. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you know what I'm saying? And then I just said, it sounds like it's going to be a daddy-daughter date. And guess what my daughter kept on saying the whole thing after that was, it's a daddy-daughter date. It's a daddy-daughter date. It's a dad. Like, she kept on telling everybody, it's a daddy-daughter date. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you have your own things. Like, we've done other things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, me and Mario have gone out to
we went
Fleet
to
Week. We went to
Yeah,
Fleet
Oh
Week.
yeah, you guys
Yeah.
took the
Because
kids
I
all
sat
over.
there. I sat there and hit you up out of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
you weren't even prepared for it.
Yeah, no, it was like last minute thing.
I
It was
called
like-
you. That's just how I am. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, let's take the kids to Fleet Week. And you're like, okay.
Yeah,
You hopped on. You walked over to the BART station, hopped on BART.
Yeah.
I met you out in the city.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I like that too. Like I like the fact that you guys have like a kind of like a relationship too. Like I can step away. Like right now that we're all kind of hanging out. Like you guys were in the living room. I can step away from the situation. Probably go to the room, whatever, fall asleep, and you guys could still have like you know.
it's Daddy Mario, man.
Yeah,
Like,
you guys could still like interact with each other and like you know joke around and have a
Yeah.
good time. Like
Yeah.
it's not just like you and me having a relationship. Like we all three of us, we have a relationship, but then you guys also have like you
Yeah.
know your own thing.
yeah,
You know, like when Mario comes home from work and you're visiting, you just jump on him and like put your legs all over him.
yeah.
Like, Daddy
What
Mario.
what do you call it? I'll just start messing with it. You're like, fuck, did I have to come home to this shit too? You know what I'm saying? Like, god damn.
like oh my other kid is back from college. Here he comes.
Yeah.
That's how we were. Oh, you didn't hear us, but earlier when we were at the flea market, we were walking away from you, and then you stayed in the back, and he's all like, "Where's our other kid?
Where's
Yeah.
the other kid? He's like,
Where's our? Oh, there he is."
That's why I told you I'm taking Bart next time.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's just a little bit about our relationship, but we're also here to talk about relationships in general, and you know, during the time that you know we've reconnected, you've also been in you know your own like romantic relationships and stuff. So
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to get into a little bit of that, and yeah, I'm like, where do I start? Where do we start with that?
Shoot. That's
All right.
So yeah, so you know, you have, of course, you had your relationship, and you got, you know, Victoria was born from that.
Yeah.
You know, things with that, you know, require certain patience and, you know, things that you need to do as adults to raise them, and of course, you know, also working on the relationship that you were in. You know,
Yeah.
and you know, we've been through. You know, you've been through, not we, but you've been through, like, you know, your
Fuck yeah, I've been through it too now.
but you've been through your experience,
Yeah,
you know,
Mine was a little like, it was a mentally draining, emotionally. It was everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was hard for me to watch you go through that.
Because I didn't look the same.
You
Because
were a very different person.
I was physically, mentally, emotionally fucked up every way around. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, you know.
So
from
let's go back
18
into time. Like, how
Okay.
long were you guys together, and when did you guys
18
meet each other?
18. We met each other at 18. 25 is when it ended. I mean,
7
and
years.
7 years, you know what I'm saying? And
You guys had a daughter together.
had a daughter together, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the thing is that there were, and I've always joked around about it, is after the fact, because we're on better terms now.
Yeah,
And it's like,
and I love that. Like, I hear about it
we're
now. and
we're
I'm
on
like, yeah.
we're on better terms now, and I mean, and I look back at it as, you know, there were things that I wanted to do that she didn't want to do, and there was things that she wanted to do
In
that
the
I didn't.
relationship?
In the relationship, like, I've never been the partier. She wanted to go out and party. Me, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I liked music and jazz and baseball, and you know what I'm saying.
You were
I
more
liked
mellow.
experiencing, like, seeing new things, going different places, you know what I'm saying? And it just didn't seem like it meshed up, you know what I'm saying? It was, a partier versus a kind of like a more adventure, you know what I'm saying? Let's see something new. Let's do something different, you know what I'm saying? And that it didn't click, you know what I'm saying? And something that I've even told people that I've dated afterwards, you know, because they've asked questions to me about when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, your ex, why are you so close with them? Why are you still talking to them like that? Or, you know, it's like, look, whether you want to believe it or not, she has something of mine and I have something of hers that we can never give back or take back.
Yeah.
And they're like, what's that? I said, our youth. We have a time of our life where we didn't go out and experience all the stuff that we would have liked to, but we spent it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, you know, it's a trip, because at 18, I had said to myself at one point, shit-faced drunk at the house, I had said something along the lines of, I don't want to be with her anymore. And, you know, it's a trip now thinking about how things ended. And I kind of say to myself, at 18, my drunk inhibitions were telling me this wasn't going to work out.
Yeah.
But I think there was that questioning myself of still having somebody there. You know what I'm saying? Of being afraid of being alone. You know what I'm saying? Not having somebody there. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you
spend
really
time with.
wanted the relationship to work
I did,
out.
but there was always that side of me, even then at 18, that knew it wasn't going to work. You know what I'm saying?
And you didn't listen to your intuition.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I fought the truth, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, but I'm happy that things turned out the way that it did, because I wouldn't be able to do how I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting there, I couldn't sleep when all the breakup had started. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there mentally. You know what I'm saying?
I remember you were far gone.
And people would sit there and look at me like, dude, are you all right? You know what I'm saying? People would look at me like, dude, you've lost a lot of weight. What's going on? You know, I'm like, nothing, man. I'm just stressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people, like, even it got to the point where, like, I was messing up at work. I was fucking shit up at work. And it would be costing $4,000 or $5,000, you know what I'm saying? And they basically, I remember my boss sat there and said, look, man, I couldn't imagine going through what you're going through at your age. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was like, dude, I'm getting told that I'm going to have to pay X amount every month. And I'm like, that's everything that I got. You know what I'm saying? And child support. Yeah. It scared me. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I was taken on a mental roller coaster on, you know, and you're only going to be allowed to have these days. You know what I'm saying? And that scared me. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, it was me saying, I didn't ask for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still wanted to work through the shit, knowing that it was still unhealthy, but I was being threatened like that. So it scared me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was jammed into a corner, but then it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I just kind of have to accept where it is and where it's going. And over time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's fights, there's arguments, you know what I'm saying? There's bitterness, you know what I'm saying? But it just gets to the point where you kind of got to look past it, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know, you know.
How was the relationship during, like, those 7 years that you guys were together? Like, are you comfortable talking about that?
It was good. It was bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like every other relationship. You know what I'm saying? You can have good, you can have bad, but you have to still overlook at what way is better, the good or the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I, you know, even I was on the road trip that I was on back in October, where I said, I'm going to the Grand Canyon. I'm doing this. I'm going to go different places that I've never been. I'm going to sit there.
I was going to mention that because you just said something about, like, how, you know, she was more of like wanting to party and you were more of like wanting to adventure. After the relationship ended, it's like you've been to, where does your brother live?
He moved to Idaho.
Idaho. You've been to the Grand Canyon. Like you.
And this is all by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going with anybody. Like,
Yeah.
this
Like
is
you've been
just,
traveling on your own.
and it's just because I want to do something different. I want to get out of my comfort zone. I want to see something that's not here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because
you mentioned how you met different people
from
and you
all over the place.
You have conversations with so many different people.
Because I'm not shy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll sit there and talk to anybody. It's just, I think that's just my personality. I've always been open, and who I was with wasn't that way. You know what I'm saying? It was very quiet and keep to yourself. And I've always been, I can pick up a conversation with somebody at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Off of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can just crack a joke, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Life's too short to sit there and argue, you know what I'm saying? And be bitter and sit there and look at people some type of way. But on that road trip, I remember, made me lose my train of thought. But I remember I was at this rundown motel in Flagstaff, and we were talking, and I had said something along the lines of, this is something that I've always kind of like wanted to do, is just get in the car and go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, no place in mind. You know what I'm saying? Be spontaneous. You know what I'm saying? Just go where the road takes you. You know what I'm saying? I sat there and stayed in Flagstaff. It's just a trip now over, like, looking back on the way that things were handled. It was out of spite. It was bitterness. And I think that was something that was even discussed when I was on the phone in the hotel room when me and her were talking. I said something along the lines of, like, it was a lot of bitterness between the two of us. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of bitterness where we both fucking hated each other. We walked past each other and fucking gave these looks like, fuck you, I don't want you alive. Like, that's the kind of death stare we gave each other. When you guys were together. When we were, like, together going through the breakup, you know what I'm saying? There was makeup, breakup, which is, shit gets old, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, I mean, I can sit there and say I have my daughter out of it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I get to sit there and spend time with her. She's my little mini-me. Yeah. So, I mean. She looks just like your mom. No, I know. Everybody talks about that. Just like your mom. Oh my God.
Well, it seemed like, as much as you try to, like, work the relationship as much as you could, but the more you held on, it seemed like it was
digging me a deeper hole.
And it was building some anger between both of you guys.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
That was the case. I mean, and it's a trip now looking at it in that aspect where it's like, we held on to it for so long. There was so much built up animosity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we were able to see that as well.
Yeah, Have you guys ever talked about, like, was she feeling the same way? Like, was she trying to, like, work on the relationship, or was there a point where she kind of, like, let go?
I'll always sit there and say it, like, even afterwards, I would even sit there and say, like, I'm not perfect. I've made my mistakes in the relationship, you know what I'm saying? And something that I've even heard from her end, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily her. It's more like along the lines of, like, you have had time to be by yourself and actually think about what you want, what you like, you know what I'm saying, and worry about yourself, you know what I'm saying? And that definitely is true, because I've kept to myself, you know what I'm saying? I put myself in this, like, corner for a long time where I was kind of just, because I was stressed out, depressed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would corner myself. I would be at the bar every Friday night, not knowing sometimes how the hell I got home, going out to San Francisco at 2:00 in the morning, coming home at 5, 6 o'clock the next morning, you know what I'm saying? It's a good night, but it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, things like that, it's just you're trying to divert the problem into you're trying to create a diversion for yourself, and it's not a healthy diversion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like kind of mentioning what you said like earlier, when this whole breakup thing was going on, I remember you lost a lot of weight. You know, you can tell,
And
but it wasn't.
and that was in when I remember when I worked in Berkeley. What do you call it? My buddy that I worked next to, he looked at me. He was like, "Man, what's going on with you?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Dude, what day is it?" I said, "What day is it?"
Yeah.
He's like, "It's Wednesday." I was like, "Dude, I haven't had anything to fucking eat since Sunday." He's
But
like,
you can tell.
Like
yeah,
that's
but-
funny now.
it
But
is
that's
funny.
so
yeah,
funny.
like, but no, I mean, like I look at it now, like, yeah, like holy shit, like, and he,
you literally lost yourself.
but, and that's the thing is that I can still recall certain things that were in text messages that were said along the lines of, you know, you're this, you're that, and I'm like, you know what, I changed so much about myself to better fit you. You know what I'm saying? And I lost myself in that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to kind of do my own thing. And
That's kind of impactful because that kind of leads me to believe that the reason why you struggled so much after the relationship is because you molded yourself to be something that
for
like
someone else.
for her.
Yeah.
And then when that was no longer a thing, you were like, well, who the hell am I?
Yeah.
Basically. I mean, I think that, you know what I'm saying, what becomes manipulation. I mean, that was a big part of a discussion, narcissistic behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I mean, but like I said, I don't play anything like I'm the victim. You know what I'm saying? Because I fucked up too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you
there's
did.
things,
Yeah.
there's things that I fucked up with too, but I never, like, I don't feel like I did a lot of the mental, you know what I'm saying, the mental strain. If anything, I feel like it was more emotional. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like I said, I've learned from it. I've kind of,
You both played a part.
We both
in
played
the-
a part in it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We weren't, you know, not perfect. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit there and I look at it now as like, you know what? I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? In a way, I've got this freedom of where like I don't have to sit there and at one point where it was like I would sit there and stay at work just to not go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there was that kind of stress. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to go home and argue. I'd get phone calls while I was at work arguing with me. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the hell?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's kind of like where I was leading to is like, you know, initially you did lose a lot of weight, but you can tell it was like, you know, unhealthy. You didn't
at
look,
the time it wasn't. It was unhealthy. Yeah.
and you look, you know, to a certain extent, like you look a lot thinner, but you also looked unhealthy, like you did it unhealthily. And then there was a time where, you know, as time went by and you know, you kind of like started moving away from it. You started gaining weight again.
It almost took what I want to say. About that happened in 18 in January. From January to about July is when I lost most of the weight, stressing out. And then after that, I started picking it up again back in like September, October, November.
Yeah, and then there was a time where it kind of passed by. You know, things had already, you know, pretty much ingressed into, you know, kind of not forgetting, but kind of going past it.
You're moving on.
Yeah, you were moving
trying
on.
to move on.
Yeah,
and
I think, and I take that a lot to do with my mom's death.
Yeah,
when my mom passed away, there was, you know, I remember one thing that she said to me. She walked up to me and said, "I know you don't want this right now." And she tried to reach in and give me a hug, and I pushed her away, and I said, "No."
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I said, "No, that's not what I want from you. You didn't like her. She didn't like you. You didn't give a fuck about her in life, so I don't expect you to give a shit in her death."
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's just how I felt at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, ever since I think it was the day of my mother's funeral when it was her and her fiance's gender reveal. that's when things changed. You know what I'm saying? He walked up to me and said, you know, I want to give you my condolences. And, you know,
Wait, it was on the same day?
it was on the same day that he walked up to me and said, I want to give you my condolences for your mom's death, because they were having the gender reveal and they allowed me to have Victoria for my mom's funeral. So, I mean, it was like we worked it out with that, you know what I'm saying? And he came up to me that day and said, you know, I want to give you my condolences. Like, look, man, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't expect it. You know what I'm saying? And I think from then, you know what I'm saying, because me and him had never had like a sit down and actual talk, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was good for me and him to start off as that, you know what I'm saying?
The icebreaker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we, like, because I felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of just progressed into something where I looked at it as now this new man is around my daughter and I don't even know him.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was being pushed into allowing somebody else taking my place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's where it hurt, so to speak. But it was different, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I think with my mom's death, I think everything was hitting like a shit ton of rocks all at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're finishing up through court. My mom dies. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of responsibility that I had to keep up with everything that we had in our house in Vallejo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Financially, you know what I'm saying? Going through all the belongings that were in there. Trying to find like life insurance policies if we could find any. But I mean, it's a trip now looking at it like on how things were. And I mean, she can agree, you know, yeah, things were bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was saying that I put a lot of stress on her, but I looked at it as, you're telling me I can't see my kid. You're threatening me with all the stuff that you know that you can scare me with. You know what I'm saying? And it was scaring me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where it hit differently. You know, I think it was just the reaction.
Yeah, and I can attest for that. Like, you know, from the beginning, one of the things that I noticed from you and your behavior was all you really wanted to do is, like, you know, spend time with Vicky. You know, so it was like your main concern was not going from a full-time dad to like a 2-weekend type guy. You know,
Yeah,
I can tell that was your concern.
I was with my daughter every single day. You know what I'm saying? And then getting told I was only allowed to have her every single weekend. And I was like, no, I don't want her every single weekend, because then, you know, not saying that I don't want to see my daughter every single weekend. It was more like, then how am I supposed to get out and live my life too?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was being restricted at that point and being told, this is what I'm giving you. And there was nothing that was established at that point on consistency, on telling us that this is what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think being told this is what you're going to get, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And I think
that's the control.
And I think that's also part of like the system. Like, we've talked about this and how the system always kind of tends to go like to favor the mother. Yeah. And the father always gets left with whatever the mother decides.
Yeah. And the thing is that we've had that discussion too, where it's like, I'm not going to sit there and say that there's shitty dads out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm the greatest. I'm not saying that I'm the worst, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? There's
guys that walk away from it and never look back.
Completely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that was just not you.
Yeah, no, like, I still wanted to be a part of my daughter's life. You know what I'm saying? I just I think it was difficult at the time because I was having to deal with not being there and then being told that this is what you're going to get and not accepting it. I was losing my mind because I couldn't see her, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's definitely a different, you know what I'm saying, situation now, like how we were just saying, going out to Fleet Week, you know what I'm saying, taking all the kids, you know what I'm saying, like, but I mean,
yeah,
it comes in time, you know what I'm saying, like,
yeah.
I've got buddies that have gone through the whole custody and court problems, and it seems like for them, they haven't left it, you know what I'm saying, and their kids are like almost in high school now, and they've been dealing with this stuff since the kids were in, you know, getting out of elementary. They're, you know what I'm saying, and it's been bad. There's cop calls, you know what I'm saying, and there's this and there's that, you know what I'm saying. Custody gets pulled from mom. Custody goes back to dad, and then dad doesn't have custody because mom claims this on the kid. And I look at it as adults, this is what you want to do. You want to be bitter, you know what I'm saying, like, get over it, you know what I'm saying.
And that was one of the things that like surprised me in a way, and like I was also very happy for you when you came over one day and you started sharing with me that like, oh, you spent Father's Day, I think, at
With them, yeah.
with them, you know, with her fiance and her family and stuff.
And it was last year.
And you've even gotten like presents for like their daughter and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you were involved also
Yeah.
with them. Like you guys have like a friendship, you can say, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys are cool with each other. When you told me that, I was like, whoa, like
hey,
after all of that, that's awesome.
When we went to what was it, Pier 39 last week, I ended up getting a little unicorn onesie for their daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and him play Call of Duty every blue moon. We play online, you know what I'm saying? We bullshit. I've gone over there, we've lifted weights a few times, you know what I'm saying? We'll shoot, you know, if I'm up there, if he's out there shooting darts, we shoot darts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was there for their daughter's birthday party back in, I think it was the end of September. You know what I'm saying? I was there for my daughter's birthday in August. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't hold anything against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? As long as my daughter's good, as long as everything's good, it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to. I never had the, like, for the most part, yeah, there was animosity and there's like hurt feelings. But I mean, I think it got to the point where I was like, you know what? Shit's getting old. Yeah. You know I'm saying, you guys are getting stressed, and I think she did lose a little weight there too. You know what I'm saying? Because of the stress. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I think we both did it on each other. Yeah. But something that I was told was, you had time to focus on yourself.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I want to touch, because I mentioned you lost weight, very unhealthy wise. Yeah. You gained weight again, once things were a little more calmed down. And then the starting point where I started seeing, like, you were healthy mentally and physically is as soon as we started seeing that your relationship with, your baby's mom and even the boyfriend and the family started really to improve, and it had
stress is not there.
Exactly. And then you were also doing things that you wanted to do. So in a sense, you were helping yourself mentally improve. You were, technically you were improving your mental and your health.
Yeah. I mean, as difficult as it may be to say, what I'm saying, like, you're dealing with it, and if you don't want to sit there and have to argue and complain, what I'm saying, because that takes a lot out on you emotionally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, when you stop doing that, you start doing other things that actually are productive. Yeah.
And now you've lost a lot of weight again because, in that middle time, I'll be admit, you were like me. You had a beer gut. And
yeah, no.
I was like, hey, that's Victor's dad. Like, oh, no, it's Victor.
What do you call it? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but, and it's a kind of a trip because, there's two reasons behind that, what I'm saying? And I kind of joke around and tell people it was over a relationship. Mm-hmm. But I think it was the year anniversary of my mom's death that really hit me the hardest with that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kept on saying, I'm unhappy with what I'm doing in life right now, work-wise. What am I going to do to change it? Yeah. And then I said, I'm going to sit there and start lifting weights. Yeah. That's where I'm going to start. And it was basically me smoking a joint and sitting there having this conversation with my mom. So where am I going to start this change? What am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? And then I had coworkers that would talk about lifting weights, and then I started moving from lifting weights, and I'm like, okay, I'm like the same coworker. We ended up going out to Walnut Creek and getting some stuff to lift weights. Had coworkers that had weights at the house. Here, take them. I don't want them no more.
Mm-hmm.
Finding stuff on Facebook Marketplace, do that. You know what I'm saying? Got that. You know what I'm saying? And for relatively cheap, and this is all during the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
So a weight setup that I would have typically would have spent upwards to $1,500.
Yeah.
New at the store, I got for like $300.
Yeah. Yeah, and you started working yourself mentally, by taking trips, and then I feel like you found lifting weights as therapeutical, and you started using that as a gateway to
I looked at it, you know what I'm saying? I listen to, when I work out, like, I listen to music that's like, people would look at me like, why are you listening to that? It's like, it's this music I like, one, two.
Yeah.
It's, if you listen to what it says, it for me, it pushes me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that be jazz, whether that be country, whether that be R&B, whether that be, you know what I'm saying, house music, it doesn't matter. Like, my music goes all over the place to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever.
It doesn't make sense to you, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah. I don't need it to make sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can tell, now I see you, you're super thin, but you're fit. That's the point. You're fit.
And I still don't feel like I'm fit. Yeah. I'm not where I want to be.
Yeah. There you go. That's more motivation, that's motivation.
So.
Yeah. But, it's nice to see because, we saw how it started, pretty much how it ended and how it's, progressed into that. And it's nice because I can see a maturity, and even, with your baby's mom, there's a sense of maturity where you both kind of just say fuck it.
You guys just have a mutual friendship now.
Yeah. I mean, I can call her and there was one day I've called her up and bullshit with her like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? We've done that. You know what I'm saying? Hell, he's, her fiance's called me up and we bullshitted for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Hell, my barber was his, one of his close friends. And he's still cutting my hair. You know what I'm saying? There's, the dynamics have changed significantly. And and that's even something that me and her have discussed even when it comes to Victoria, where it's like, she saw a lot of stuff that she shouldn't have seen. A lot of arguments, a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? That got out of hand. And it's partly because of you, partly because of me. We both played a role.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was things that we both did that were wrong. You know what I'm saying? And trying to correct it now.
And you didn't consider the fact that she was at the time
because we were still caught up in our emotions. You know what I'm saying? It varies, you know what I'm saying?
But you guys are in a way, just the fact that she gets to see you guys interacting with each other and having some sort of relationship.
Even having that kind of relationship is fucking giving my daughter up on a lot of fucking bad habits. You know what I'm saying? Shit that it's no. Of course, everything's ongoing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that this is what I want. Yeah. Things could be bad again. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about communication and talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't change it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't get what once was back. I'm not saying that that's what you want, but it's just something that you have to accept. And a lot of people don't have the acceptance aspect of this is what happened. Everything happens for a reason. People want to dwell on what's happened in the past and they want to sit there and complain.
They don't like to move on.
They don't want to move on. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be able to go out and do all the stuff that I was doing, the freedom. I had said something to somebody right before my last trip. It's like, I'm going to the Grand Canyon. I'm so juiced. I'm excited. You know, who are you going with? I'm by my fucking self. Why are you going by yourself? Who the fuck do I need? Like, who do I need?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need anybody. Like, I need somebody to sit there, because I think that kind of goes back to being in a relationship for 7 years, where somebody's like, you feel in a relationship. This is me personally. You feel like you have to appease somebody
he's talking
else.
about us.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, no, I'm just saying, like, having that type of freedom when you're by yourself, you could sit there and go, I can do whatever the fuck I want to. I don't need to answer to nobody. I can sit there and I can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning and somebody not tell me, come to bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to sit there,
you felt free.
Yeah, I don't need to answer. You know what I'm saying?
You've mentioned that
like
many times.
Because even like taking a trip by yourself, you know, if you know you feel in the mood to like, I mean, put some jazz, and that's gonna be
exactly. I don't have to listen.
So you can listen to jazz until you're like, you know what, jazz is not working. Let me go to hip hop. You know, and you can do that. And if like, hey, hip hop's not working, let me just hear the car. I
listened to a country album that came out the day that I started my road trip, and I almost did not stop playing that CD until I got back 5 days later.
You didn't have anybody in the passenger seat telling you that shit's annoying. Can you turn it off? Can you change it?
Yes, I didn't have nobody telling me that. Telling me shut the fuck up. And I'm like, I don't, you know.
You see, Marty, you should just be single.
What do you call it? This is just my view. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I was at the Grand Canyon and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I said, I don't know. Do I want to go to like New Mexico? Do I want to go to Colorado? You know what I'm saying? Go back to California, go to
endless possibilities.
Like, well, of course I had a budget. Like this money doesn't end. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still had money that I had to worry about. Yeah. It was like, where the fuck am I gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get in the car and drive. You know what I'm saying? I sat there and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting in the car. Where am I going? Fucking Utah. What's in fucking Utah?
I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know, but I'm going to Salt Lake City. Yeah. I went to Salt Lake City. Stayed at a really sketchy fucking hotel there too, because I mean, we're talking about on the budget.
The cheaper, the better.
The cheaper, man. The needles were nice that I seen on the ground. What do you call it? They were freshly used. I mean, I still seen the blood dripping from them.
So it wasn't old. It wasn't like
the shit looked fresh. I mean,
bed bugs all over the bed.
Yeah,
but they were nice enough to let them sleep.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't bite me though.
What do you call it? I mean, woke up to snow that morning. It was the first time I'd driven in the snow, like fresh powder snow. At that, that was a trip, because I didn't know you were supposed to wipe down the car off the snow. Because I mean, last time it fucking snowed here where we're at in California.
What do you mean? Wipe down the car?
Like, you're supposed to wipe down the car, like when it's got the fresh powder of snow. I don't know why, but like you were supposed to. I didn't.
Their purpose? Like, what happened when you didn't do it?
Look, I don't live in the snow. You're asking me questions like I fucking know them.
Well, then how do you know you're supposed to wipe it down?
I've heard. You know what I'm saying? I've heard through the grapevine, because it snows there too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I guess
they will never lie.
What do you call it, right? Who is that? Zapp and Roger? Love them. Heard it through the grapevine. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, just kicked it in Salt Lake. Met some cool ass people in Salt Lake. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to it was a group of people from San Diego. They were trying to convince me to do acid. I'm like, fuck you. Like, I don't even know you. Yeah. Like, you're trying to get me to drop acid, and you're from where? Like, I get it I'm from the Bay Area, but no. Like, I'm not dropping acid on a road. And they would ask me, like, you're from Sanford, you're from the Bay Area. What are you doing out here in Salt Lake? I said, I'm fucking on a road trip. Yeah. They're like, where are you going? I was like, I don't fucking know. I think Idaho next to go see my brother. Yeah. And they were like, dude, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where'd you come from? I said, I just came from the Grand Canyon. And they're like, really, dude? I'm like, yeah. I said, I just fucking showed up last night. I said, got a hotel early off in the day because I was sitting there freezing my ass off in the 30-degree weather with all the fresh snow around me.
And I didn't wipe the car.
Yeah. What do you call it? I went down to the state capitol in Utah on a Sunday.
Like, hey, by the way,
I remember the picture you sent me of like the mountain, the landscape of like, it was so beautiful.
It's nice. What do you call it?
Yeah.
What do you call it? I mean, what I mean, but at the same time,
yeah,
like, it's fucking cold.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Wait, that was in Idaho though. It wasn't snowing there, was it?
oh, you're talking about Arizona. In the Arizona, coming out of the Grand Canyon, going into Utah.
No, when you were with your brother already.
That may have been the first trip that I took up to Idaho.
Oh, okay then.
Then
Okay.
where I was standing off the edge of the cliff,
Mhm.
damn near. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, yeah. Oh my God, it felt like the beach up there. It was 100 degrees down below, and we went up to 9,000 feet. While it was 100 degrees down at like 4,000 feet.
Oh God, he's gonna start. So we're actually recording this in our dining area. So
Yeah.
we have the dogs in the garage, and then you probably heard the microwave earlier, and then the kids are eating. So there's like,
I don't think the microwave went through, but I'm sure they'll hear Kai.
well, I heard it here.
Oh, okay.
Woof, woof, woof.
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry about the noises, but this is our little studio.
For now.
Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no. What do you call it? It was just a trip going through it and meeting new people. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing different places. You know what I'm saying? The trip up in Idaho was a trip because the guy talking about his dogs.
Mm.
Oh, God. That was a very in-depth, like it kind of fucks you up thinking about the culture change of how we live here versus the way they live there.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I've heard that before. Like, you know, I've listened to some podcasts and some blogs here and there, and I've always gotten like, you know, people saying like, oh, you know, just get an RV or get in a car and just drive around, and it's like the best thing. So I've heard a lot of good things about just driving around and meeting people. You know, just like not even having a plan, just going from city to city and just talking to different types of like strangers and like get their side of the story, like their story or their experience. And it's just, I find that people find that therapeutical.
you go to a barbershop in any other state that you're going to fucking learn real quick on how they live their lifestyle, man.
Yeah.
That's how I learned that. What do you call it? I remember driving when I left Salt Lake City and I went to go to see my brother. I opened up the door. He was like, come on in. And I looked at him. I said, get in the fucking car. We're going to a barbershop, you little fucking gremlin.
Yeah.
He looked bad. Like,
Your brother.
yes, he looked horrible.
Mm-hmm.
When we went to the barbershop, oh my God, I've never laughed that hard in a barbershop.
Yeah.
Here in California, you hear at a barbershop, what do you typically hear? What kind of music?
Mm.
What kind of music?
Hip hop.
Hip hop. You
Yeah.
think of that, you know, I'm walking into a barbershop in the middle of nowhere, Idaho. They're listening to some Jason Aldean country music. We're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And my brother mentioned to me, he said, you're the only one here without boots on. I'm like, you're right. I am.
Yeah. Well, then I would never like Utah then. That's probably like the worst genre of music that I would.
It's not Utah. That was Idaho.
Oh, Idaho.
What do
Sorry.
you call it? I mean, honestly, experiencing something new.
Crap, Mario.
What do you call it? It's always about experiencing something new.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's about the experience. I thought you were spontaneous.
No, I like to party.
You're not my type. You're not my type. You call it.
So what is your type? Well, you're
So-
single right now.
So all these single ladies, you know,
You know, he's available.
yep, he's in great shape. He's young.
Great shape.
He's hip.
I like them older ones.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, you do.
That's horrible. I know.
Like 50, 60?
What do you call it? I bust them cobwebs back.
But yeah, you've dated after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Have you found that it's harder to date?
In today's world, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck today's world. Fuck
The
today's
dating culture.
Fuck dating culture.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Fuck Tinder. Fuck like all the dating apps, all that type of shit. Pointless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's no different than cancel culture. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that was even like something that we've even discussed before.
Oh yeah.
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 The dating.
We discussed it. We
talked about it recently, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, I told my side. I was just, it was me, you, and me, Victor, and your sister,
Mm-hmm.
Mario. And we were talking about it. And I was like, honestly, for me, if I was single and I had to date, I don't think I could do it. Like the way that I see people and like the way that I hear of like, you know, like single people, like it's just, it seems very hard. Like people are just, and this is what I've seen. Yeah. It's just like there's social media that plays part in it.
If you want my honest opinion, like to sum it up very clearly.
Please. I'm talking too much.
The old MTV show Next is the perfect fucking example of what the fuck we have to deal with in today's dating culture.
Yikes.
You hop out the bus, next. Hop out the bus, next. Hop out the bus, next. You're like, what the fuck,
hi,
bro?
My name is Next.
Yeah. I don't care what your name is. It already looks bland. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Like he has a mole on his right cheek. Next.
What do you call it? You know what I'm saying? But and then if you remember a lot of the shit that was said on
sucked.
there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it said likes to eat their own burgers. You know what I'm saying? That was part of like the fucking things that this person likes. You know what I'm saying? Secretly likes Britney Spears. You know what I'm saying? Stupid shit. You're like, I don't fucking care. Live your life, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Damn.
But that's
perfectly
that's what I'm saying.
Explained. Yeah.
That's exactly how
dating
the
culture
dating
right now
culture
like,
is.
It seems very difficult.
Yeah, that's what swipe left, swipe right is.
Yeah.
It's fucking next.
Yeah.
Next.
Crazy.
And I mean, nobody ever wants to actually like fucking genuinely meet somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you have.
Here and there. Like I've met people, yeah. But I mean, it's not.
Not like that.
No. What do you call it? I mean. And who, like, the thing is that I think a lot of people ask the question is, where do you meet them at? Mm-hmm. At the bar?
Like, where do you meet up at?
At the grocery store? You know, where do you meet this person? You know what I'm saying? If you're not using social media, you know what I'm saying? Where do you meet this person? It's like, I don't fucking know.
Well, see, it's like, how did people used to date before?
The newspaper ads. No, I'm serious. My grandmother said that she met my...
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? That's how they
I'm
fucking
talking about
met
like
each other.
Yeah, if you didn't meet like your person like in school.
In school? I mean, okay.
It's like, what did you use? Like social media? People meet each other on social media. I guess that's kind of.
Let's talk about the 80s. If we're talking about the 80s now, how the fuck did they meet in the 80s? Did they sit there and do lines of coke off of other strippers' ass cracks? Like, is that what they did? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think they did.
What do you call it? Wolves of Wall Street type thing?
Well, I think, yeah, I mean, I can't really, because I'm not in a situation, so I wouldn't know. But I can only assume it could really honestly happen wherever, as long as you have like, the same mentality. Like, I want somebody.
I think that's difficult too, because it's also, like you said, like the cancel culture.
Yeah.
It's like people are so quick to just cancel you out. Like, you're not it.
Yeah. And it kind of goes.
But like,
you know,
you haven't even gotten to know me.
Yeah, you kind of have to play like maybe a luck type thing as well, because like, you know, there might be.
Well, and see, it's funny because I'll kind of go back to a time, I think we've discussed it, where I was telling you about somebody that was thinking that they were acting as if they wanted to pursue something with me and they wanted to hook up, and I'm like, no, like they're like, well, you know, and they would try to let me off easy, you know, I just see us as friends, and I'm like, I didn't want anything with you from the beginning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was,
it's like somebody assuming that you did, or what? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hanging out, you know, not once, a few times, you know what I'm saying? A few times hanging out, and it's, you know what I'm saying, getting told, hey, we're just friends. Oh, you'll find out later. It's like, wait, well, you're not hurting nobody's feeling over here because I didn't fucking ask for anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what are you into right now? I'm like, I'm worried about my fucking self. Yeah. I'm not worried about trying to please anybody else. Yeah. I'm worried about what the fuck I need to do.
I already went through that.
Exactly. Like, I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, talking to you is just like,
it's just a person
we're just
interaction.
We're interacting with each other. It's not like I'm trying to seek anything from you.
Yeah, it's like we're just friends. We're talking.
I'm not trying to marry you. Relax.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to like get into some committed shit. Yeah, yeah. I'm still focused on me, and that I think that's like you're not hurting nobody's feelings here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could do the whole dating thing.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Well, and there was I think we discussed it last time. You tried to jump in and put your 2 cents here and there. I'm like, you can't even speak on it. You can't even speak on it.
Yeah.
You can't even speak
He
on
shut
it.
me down.
I was like, I'm sorry.
I was like,
I don't
see,
wanna
but
hear
the thing
shit.
is, nope.
Nope.
Your opinion is not valid. I
shit-
was like,
I was sitting there saying, nope, there ain't nothing.
mind your own business.
There's nothing you can say.
because like they were talking about how like what is the one thing that attracts you to someone? It's like, and we kept going back to like it's always kind of like something like physical.
There, I said, and we kept on saying, you said no, and I said, well, me and her both said it plays a factor.
Yeah.
It does play a factor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's 100% it. It plays a factor. You know what I'm saying? And
You have to have some sort of physical attraction to the person. It's not always going to be like, oh, it's your personality. It's like, yeah, your personality like kept me there, but something attracted me to you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could sit there and be attracted to somebody, I think, but their personality throws you off. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that can be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, that you can like, what did I just say? You could like them, like physically. You're physically attracted to them, but their personality throws you off.
Mm-hmm.
You can like their personality, but they're physically
They're
not attractive to you. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like, it's hard to sometimes find that balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That could be just me being closed-minded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's why I'm more so focused on myself.
Yeah.
So I don't have to sit there and think about that type of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
That makes sense.
just do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? Focus on what the fuck I want first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of going out seeking somebody when who's to say I'm not ready? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the person to sit there and, you know, say that. I mean, I can sit there and say that, yes, I'm ready to date, but at the same time, something may trigger me and I'm sitting there like, oh, fuck, you know, I wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? And then I go back into a sense of like a guard up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why for me, it's just more of a shut the fuck up, do my own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not put anything into, you know what I'm saying, and overthink things. But it sounds like everything that I just fucking said, you're overthinking something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I just say shut the fuck up and do my thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I don't know, you know, what the future holds for anybody, even for ourselves. But I think, you know, I mean, hopefully, wishing, hopefully,
Yeah, wishing, hopefully, yeah.
Wishing, hopefully, you know, one day you might find somebody. And I think, you know, whether
it is what it is,
it is what it
Wherever
is.
the fucking cards fall.
Yeah. And one of the things that it will be like, it's going to be a job, you know, like, cause, you know, you won't always.
Fuck that already. You're already sounding like it. I'll stay single.
I mean, you know,
fuck that.
Because like you just said, it has to play a personality, has to play a part, and then of course physical attraction. You might find somebody with those two qualities and like, hey, you know, this is going well, but then you might find that her feet stink. You know, you're gonna have to work around that or try to see what else you can do. Or you
are you speaking from experience?
Yeah. powder shoes right over here. You got powder donuts.
Stop.
No, but it's like, you know, you might find something that
that's where it's like the hookup cultures. There's no work involved. You know what I'm saying? It's hit, quit, cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's nope. That's it. Leave it at that. Okay, I'm cool. You have a good day. Got a fucking snack for me on the way out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We're good.
Yeah.
That's it.
You good? I'm good. All right,
good.
bye.
Like,
see you next time.
And sometimes it's not even like that. It's just fucking like grabbing this drink real quick and just fucking leave.
Yeah.
Cool.
Damn. See, that's
Savage.
that's hard. I don't know.
But like, it's kind of like we said, you just gotta focus on yourself, you know?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think that's a pretty mature mentality, you know?
It is.
But, you know, before we do close off everything off, kind of going with like I am impressed with not just you but your baby's mother, like the maturity level. Like one of the things
You
that
wanna
I
take me out on a date.
maybe later, bro.
All right.
When Graciela's not here. But one of the things that I've noticed and that I
He's
actually
my daddy Mario now.
Mhm.
one of the things that I liked
Not when he
about
comes back home to me. Sorry, go ahead.
you didn't hear that. But one of the things that I liked is the maturity level, because
Yeah,
it got to
me
a
too.
point where, like you said, like like Vicky might have seen some things that they weren't, she wasn't supposed to see, right? But I also saw like that you personally, I can't really speak for your baby moms, but I saw like there was a lot of consciousness in things that you didn't want to involve Vicky in it. You didn't want to like affect her, and like you said, like some of your friends are still going through the breakup or they're still going through the divorce, and it could have gone to a point where like you still be battling this, and Vicky would be seeing these things, and you can further damage a kid, especially someone so young, and I just applaud you for that, because it takes a lot of maturity.
Well, and it's a trip because I have a lot of friends that hit me up and be like, "Hey, dude, about custody and yada yada
Yeah.
yada," and I'd sit there and be like, "You know what the fuck I ended up doing at the time? I downloaded a family law custody book on my phone, and I was sitting there going through it,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there like." And that's because that's where I felt like if I can't afford an attorney, I'm gonna sit there and learn what I can by myself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna educate
I'm
myself.
gonna educate
Yeah, that's what's
myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
and I've been told, it's like as a joke, you should be a paralegal. You should do this. You should do that. You should be an attorney. It's like,
You should be a comedian. And he says no.
yeah.
Se cayó luego.
I don't know.
But I like that, honestly, because kids at the end, they're the one that they see things that we might not.
They're the ones that did not ask to be here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're
And
right.
they're the ones that suffer the consequences of, the adults' actions and stuff. And I agree. Like, it's a very, very, very mature. And I was very happy for you when I heard that you guys were, fixing the relationship, and like you guys were, on good terms, and how you guys call each other and bullshit. It was very impressive to hear that you guys moved on from all of it.
Yeah, I mean, and I could sit there and say that he plays a role in it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think there's a side where he didn't want to have to deal with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it wasn't effective for all parties involved.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure it was stressful for everyone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to. And it's a trip because she knew about my buddy that was going through it, and I would tell her, you know what I'm saying, here and there.
When you guys were
when
together.
we were still together, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't necessarily give her the whole detail because I'd be on the phone with him for a good minute because he was going through it, and I would listen, you know what I'm saying? And later to find out, I'm asking him like, hey, what's going on? You know, how does this work? And he would kind of help me out, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I have people that'll call me up and ask me questions about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just kind of like give my little 2 cents. I'm like, go down to the courthouse. You know, if you have questions, do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a hard decision.
You always need a community of people.
Yeah.
I mean,
to kind of.
I've always told people this much: the scariest fucking place to ever sit down at, if it's a line you'll never want to sit at, is the family law facilitator line at any courthouse. You will see the most vindictive women. You'll see the most bitter men. And I remember sitting there, getting ready to file for the custody, and there was 2. I want to say that they were probably like 19, 20. Military girlfriends, wives. This was in Fairfield, so we're right next to the air base. So they sit there and say, oh, I'm glad. I'm never going to get married, and I'm never going to I never want to do all this process and stand in this line. And I literally looked down and I chuckled. And I looked up at the girl. I said, you think I'm standing here for marriage? I said, as long as you got that baby sitting right there that you're holding, I said, you could be in this line. That girl's face dropped so fucking hard, and she grabbed her kid and they waited outside because I think I gave them some type of reality that they weren't ready to hear.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be sitting here for marriage.
Mm.
And it's funny because the day that I went to go file for custody was the day that I seen my cousin up there, my other cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And she was filing for a divorce while I was filing for custody.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
You just never know.
yeah. I mean, she didn't want anybody to know that she was in there filing for a divorce.
And then she sees you.
She sees me. She's like, what are you?
Shit.
I was like, hey, what are you doing here? She's like,
I'm in the wrong building. Where am I?
It's not Walmart.
and I said, wait for me. I pulled my car over. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm filing for a divorce. I was like, cool. I'm filing for joint custody. It became a fucking family affair, literally.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, you know, and that's the thing about sometimes couples, like they let through breakups, they let, like, you know, their pride get in between.
Yeah,
you know,
everybody does that shit.
Yeah.
Everybody will sit there, you know. Yeah, that's part of life, though.
Yeah,
everybody sits there and has their pride somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to give that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's, I mean, especially as a guy, it's fucking, it's hard to sit there and like let that go.
Yeah.
Like bend, what is it? Bend your wrist for someone or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
But yeah, you know, one of the things that throughout this whole thing is, like, you know, I've never been through that, and I've never really known anybody go through custody, you know. But
it's a lot more common than you think.
Yeah, well, mostly because, you know, most of my, like, any of the situations that kind of happen with whatever family, they would just like take the hit, like, okay, you know, we're broken up, I'll send you money. You know, it was just like that. They were like, you know, they didn't really care. Not to mention any names, but, you know, it would be like they wouldn't like just give it up, like give the rights, right? But it kind of going into like what you went through, like, you know, I saw that yeah, like, you know, usually the mother gets the like the upper hand because it's the mother, and, you know, and I saw, like, you know, with you, like, you know, I said like many times, like, you know, I don't think it's fair. Like, all he wants to do is spend time with Vicky. I think it should be 50-50. You know, it shouldn't be like, oh, because it's the mother, we're gonna give her more rights. You know, it was, you know, it's just, that's the way that the system is set up. And for someone that, you know, like, for example, a deadbeat father doesn't want to spend time or doesn't, you know, want to be involved, then yeah, it makes sense.
But it's a trip, dude. Like, even spending time in that family law facilitator, you know what I'm saying, sitting in that line, there were stories of guys.
Hello, friends. Harshing. Sorry, guys.
What do you call it? So there was times where I would listen to this guy, and I remember him being in front of the judge, and the judge sitting there saying something about that. He's like, I just want to see my kid. And the judge is like, well, your ex, she's not here. The child's mother's not here. And he's like, yeah, I haven't seen my kid in 2 months.
Shit.
Like, when are we going to stop, you know, calling these court sessions for her to come in and her not show up? And then the judge said right then and there, okay, we're putting a warrant out for her arrest. Like, shit gets real in court. Like, people don't understand. Like, there was even times where I had seen guys that was... Dude was fighting for full custody of his kid, and guess where he fucking comes out of? Out in a fucking orange jumpsuit. And they're like, well, it looks like you lost custody.
Oh, shit.
Like, yeah, because he caught a gun charge.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yes, the shit, like, people, I honestly think that the family law, like, you spend some time in there, that shit gets a little, like, it can be emotionally stressful. You know what I'm saying? Because there's,
when you were going through that, like, it got me thinking, like, you know, like, the relationship that Mario has with the kids and stuff. Like, it got me thinking about our relationship and, like, how it would be if, like, we weren't, like, you know, seeing eye to eye anymore. And, like, if anything happened, it's just, I would hate to keep him away from the kids. Like, I feel like, this is my personal opinion. Like, I would hate to keep him away from the kids. I would hate to have to like battle with him over like, you know, who gets to spend time, or, you know, who gets this birthday, who gets this holiday.
But
like
the thing is that I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna hit you with that again, because the same thing, like I said last time. Shut the fuck up, 'cause you don't know. You don't know. What do you call it? Because
as soon as I started talking, I was like, fuck, I don't know what I'm talking about.
because look.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
You think I expected all this shit? No. Yeah. What do you call it? It's just the way that the fucking cards landed. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can come to the realization, yeah, like this, if it doesn't work out, then this is what we're gonna have to do. You know what I'm saying? And if that can be discussed, you know what I'm saying? Like, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Have that discussion. Don't hold resentment.
Yeah.
Don't hold, you know, but it kind of still boils down to like how it. Not saying it is. I'm saying if it were to, how, on what terms does it end? Because that plays a big fucking role. Because then there comes the resentment. There comes the problems, you know what I'm saying? And trying to backtrack, you know what I'm saying? And like I told you right before we started this whole podcast was, what am I pulling up? What happened? Women could sit there and pull up what you did 7 months ago at 6:40 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, you guys know me. People ask me this shit all the time. How do you pull up dates like that? Like, it happened this date, this time.
We were just talking about it when we went to the flea market, and you're like, oh yeah, 2 years ago at the end of April, it was like the 28th or the 29th. We were here, and I'm like,
and you were like, how the fuck do you know that?
I didn't even know that. Like,
and then he told us why he knew that. Yeah, like, with all the pizza.
Yeah,
holy shit.
And yeah, like that. It happened this day, this time. It's because it was a significant time. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I remember certain things. And like, it fucks people up when I sit there and like, it was this date, this time. You know what I'm saying? I was wearing this fucking hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can sit there and be very specific to it.
And I felt like I was good with, you know, like remembering dates and.
Oh, but he's awesome.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
He beats us all.
Yeah, but you know, even going back to like the custody, you know, like that's where I feel like, you know, you guys try to like, you know, resolve it before court, and then things didn't work out.
Yeah,
and then
there was no really trying to solve anything before court. It was more like
there was too many emotions.
There was too it was a 6 month process.
Yeah,
and that shit went by quick. I'm talking about like from the time that like we weren't together to the point where like we were in. It was 5 months before I sat there and I was like, okay, I'm filing for custody.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I was kind of touching, like I wanted to touch base with that is, you know, just the fact that you took the time to go to, was it a court?
Yeah.
Not a court, but the office, you know, and filing for that. Like
the shit shit wasn't cheap, man.
Yeah. Some fathers don't want to do that. They take that as too much hassle. It's too much money. I'm just going to go with it, you know? And just the fact that you went through that and you took all the right processes, like I think that's where, you know, by law, by the system, it should be like fair. You know, let's go like 50-50 because obviously, you know, the parent, the father.
But even for that, I remember you had to battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and you want to hear the fucked up part is that I sat there and I told my mom I spent $606 on filing for custody and doing the paper to have her served by the county sheriff. She was like, and I could have spent $2 on a condom for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, what's fucked up is my mom was a double amputee, and I sat there and said, well, I got $20 on your next pedicure. Oh. So I mean, like, that's the kind of relationship me and her had, though. Yeah. But, like.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But it was one of those things where, like, yeah, like, the shit hit hard at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely funny to have those, like, looking back at it now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, it's a trip.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is like, you know, sometimes the system fails us, you know, and sometimes, you know, it just turns out for the best, you know.
And I think I was always told when you go in there, do not, what do you call it? The mediator does not give a fuck about the problems you guys have between each other. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you go in there, it's talk about your kid, talk about what you want, how you want time with your kid, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people go in there and still fucking bicker about she said this and he said, and the mediator's like,
But
so what about
this,
so what about
they do
so
this.
so the mediator's like, but what about the kid? Like still goes back to what's better for the kid.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's their job.
that's their job. Yeah, they don't give two shits about fucking anything.
They don't care what you did 2 years ago on April 27th, you know, at 5 p.m. Like, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't. They're like, time should be spent with both parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Like,
That's-
especially if you're fit to, you know.
yeah, you know what I'm
Care
saying?
for your child. Why the hell not?
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen, I mean, personally, like, I mean, we all have our own opinions. You know what I'm saying? I see people that, it's like, dude, you really letting your kid do that right now? Like, and it's out and about. You know what I'm saying? We all, but that's kind of goes into a deeper subject of, hey, morals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's harder to play. You know what I'm saying? But these little kids that are out there screaming, "Fuck you, little punk ass bitch!" Like, dude, somebody come get their little 3-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But, well, for me, I'm just really glad that, you know, we're able to have a connection. You know, that my kids are able to see your daughter, you know, that they get to interact. They get so excited when you guys come over, when she's here with you.
Daughter all the time sitting there saying, like I told you last time we were here, she's like, I want to show Aiden and Audie my missing teeth.
Oh, yeah. She wanted to come over so she could show them.
She wanted
her
to show
missing
them, yeah. And I sat there and I said, "What? We're gonna go to Home Depot and find that window for your teeth first. You got a window." So.
But yeah, that's I think to me that's like the, you know, the most rewarding thing, just being able to see our kids grow up together, and then just, you know, continuing to, you know, have, you know, the relationship that I have with you, and, you know.
Yeah, I mean it goes deep, man.
It is.
Yeah, the whole spider
from Rich and High.
Oh, we've been through a lot. Oh my God,
What do
we
you
could
call
talk about so much.
What do you call it? Yeah,
It's all it's crazy.
You know,
There's
it's
so many things.
yeah, because
We almost died together.
Literally
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
on the truck.
And did
Yeah.
you not catch the whole joke I made earlier
Yeah,
today
I
about
did
that?
catch it. I did.
Is the time that we like kind of where he says like when we started a relationship, that's kind of when the trio happened, because he's been through like our lowest points, you know, to a certain extent, like, you know, financially, even like
He's
relationship.
seen us,
He's seen stuff.
I was there for a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like
When she was like all like, you know, andaba de berrinchuda, like, you know, she was like,
just speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish.
I
So
forget, man. I forget.
okay.
Oh, and she was throwing fits and stuff. You know, you seen stuff like that. You seen like when she would throw fits. I'm like, you know, you were part of that.
And I very well could have told her, like, dude, calm the fuck down. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what if I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I very well could have.
I think you tried, but I was.
There was a part of me that was like,
too-
I don't want to get involved.
It's like,
It's like,
she's
yeah.
crazy. Like, I don't want to get
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah, you saw me during my toxica phase.
Yeah.
You know, it happens.
Yeah.
We all grow up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still like trying to understand when the toxic phase was, but anyway.
Oh, he didn't see it. Okay, never mind.
What do you call it? I think of it as a place that you guys were staying at the time. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know where like to start. Like I would think of two places.
The studio? No.
Which one? The studio where you guys were off for like 26 or something like
19th Street, the one by Roosevelt.
That was like right around the corner from our most recent apartment. Like,
yeah. It
it
was the
little one.
room. Yeah.
The little, very
But
little.
you guys had the
little
shit ton of movies. You guys always had the. You guys
Oh,
had a
Oh,
movie
that was in the
collection.
room.
Yeah, that was in the room.
Yeah.
We were renting a room.
I think that was the time where I saw you as the toxica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the time. If there was any time.
I think that's when I was like not being a toxica. I was
No.
pregnant already with Aiden, and I think that's kind of like
that fucking gave you more reason to be a toxic.
That toned me down.
No, you toned down when he was actually born.
Oh.
So you were still being a toxic around that time.
Okay.
So he saw that.
Yeah.
Saw that?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
He held my hand when I was crying times.
Yeah?
Did I?
No. Or just no, bro.
I very well could have been. I was probably high enough
bro,
to.
I don't know what's going on.
I probably was high enough to sit there and be like, Mario, it's okay. We'll cry together. Like, I don't know.
I don't understand what you're going through, but it's all right, bro.
I don't know where I'm at right now, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like coming over here, like to hang out with you guys, even to like not go home.
Yeah, I remember.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to sit there and kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to go home yet.
Yeah. And you would.
I remember you. There was times when you would kind of sneak away because, like, I feel like she kind of didn't want you to hang out with me.
Yeah.
And then you would come and like, you know, I think you even asked me like not to tell her or like
there was there, you know, okay. I think there was one time where she wanted to go out with her friends and I was going to bring Victoria down here. But I was going to have her car. And I very well could have drove my car, but she wanted me to pick her up in her car because she's going to be out drinking with her friends. I was going to have Victoria, and she wanted me to go over to my buddy's house and have Victoria play with my buddy's kids, where I was like, hey, I'm going to sit there and have Victoria, and I'm going to take her over to my cousins in Richmond. And she threw a fucking fit over that. And she was like, well, yada, 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 you know. And I'm sitting there like, whoa, wait. Like, and then I told you, I had texted you something about, hey, man, she's acting like a bitch right now. Like, I can't do it.
Mm.
That shit came back at me, like, because she went through my phone.
oh, she saw that, yeah.
Yeah, she went through my phone, and she was like, you called me a bitch, you called me out of my, and I'm like, well, thinking to myself, like, the shoe fucking fits.
Then it fits.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if the shoe fucking fits, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, she didn't want you to come hang out.
yeah, she didn't want me over
Yeah.
here, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that kind of goes back to something that my mom always said about my stepdad and my mom's relationship was my stepdad was always jealous of how close I was to my mom, and he always thought that I was kind of like trying to get in the middle of it.
Mm.
And that wasn't the case. Like, that's my mom, dude. Like,
Yeah.
she fucking birthed me. Like, that's how that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And me and my mom had a really close relationship. So, I mean, and my mom always said that she felt that that's the reason why me and him never got along, was because of me and her relationship, is that was the kind of relationship he wanted to have with my mom. I don't know. Like, it sounds weird, but like, it's like,
it makes sense though.
Like I was taking away my mom from him.
Yeah.
But my mom was like, he's my son.
Mm. And you're like, that's my mom.
That's my mom. Yeah, you know.
You're something else. He's my son. Like it's not the same.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, it's the attention. I think it's what it boils down to. It's the attention.
Insecurity though plays a part as well.
Yeah. Insecurity plays a role, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, we all got it.
Mm-hmm.
We all have got some type of insecurity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether we show it or we don't. You know what I'm saying? We all have our insecurities.
Yeah. Definitely.
Our fears. You know what I'm saying? And part of life.
Yeah. I agree. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for today. You know, just we're happy to have you on.
Thank you.
You know,
I thought, and over here I was thinking about like I'm gonna need a fucking give me a shot of Patron.
Oh, yeah, you were so nervous.
I don't know why. I don't know why you sat there and like. I think it just the way it always.
Yeah.
Like the whole microphone shit looks intimidating.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like.
Oh my god.
Feel it.
This is the first time talking.
I'm on my way. Hold on, wait a second. No, I'm on my way to Joe Rogan now.
Joe Rogan, here I come.
Joe Rogan, here I come, man.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
Yeah, and actually, I was gonna offer you some whiskey too. I'm like, and I completely forgot. Cause
I like peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah, you gonna take me out on a date?
Yeah, maybe later.
All right, peanut butter whiskey. Give me some.
Oh my god.
Peanut butter whiskey and some grape juice. Yeah.
The hell, I never heard of that.
Peanut butter jelly.
Without the peanut and the jelly.
Yeah,
Without the bread, stupid.
No, what? Never mind.
I don't.
Yeah, she's
Peanut
not
butter.
a part of this circle, so she wouldn't know
Oh
the
my
joke.
god.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we've grown a bigger bond than me and her.
yeah, I agree.
Cool.
It's me and you, Mario.
All right, you guys want me to leave you alone here? Like, you need some privacy?
What do you call it? I mean, you're still here.
Walk away.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it for today. You know,
Yeah.
really good conversation.
Yeah, it was a good
And,
day.
yeah,
Thank you for having me.
yeah, maybe
Love you too, cuz.
maybe down the future we can have you on again. You know, talk about, you know,
Whatever's going on in your life.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about robbing banks and like doing some real. Okay. No,
No.
different podcast.
No. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be Joe Rogan.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to our conversation with El Vitor. And yeah, see you on the next one.
Catch me on my
Oh yeah, plug in. Well,
yeah. Catch me on my Call of Duty.
yeah, go
Yeah,
for
go
it.
No, I'm just playing. No, I don't
No?
even know.
Single ladies, where can they look
Where
for
can
you?
they hit
Single
you
ladies. I need a Beyonce. Beyonce, where you at?
What's your Instagram? What's your Facebook? Your Twitter?
Nah,
Your
man,
Snapchat?
I'm
Tinder?
I don't do that. Not Tinder. Like, you know what? No, I don't even do that now.
Match.com.
No match, man. That costs money.
Christian Mingle?
Christian,
Good Christian Mingle.
you don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com.
Oh, okay, there. Okay. All right.
So yeah. So how old are you, man? Before
I mean, everybody would sit there and be like, he's younger than her? Yeah, I'm 28.
28. You're about
Younger
how
than who?
high?
Oh,
How tall are you?
how high?
How high? How
How
can you
high are you?
I don't do that, okay?
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. I don't know what you're trying to insinuate with that statement. You're actually hurting my feelings now.
Well, your profile makes me think otherwise.
My profile,
Your image.
my image.
You're a Giants fan. What can I say?
So fucking what? I feel like there's so much judgment behind that statement.
So okay.
So you're asking about my profile. What do you call it? What do you call it? What about my profile?
I'm just saying, like, usually when I see someone that loves the Giants, they're usually high. Because how could possibly they go for Giants? They're not high.
What do you call it? Mario, when we were at the flea market, I could have swore I seen you sitting there with the little tied up knit ball and you were kicking it all the way around earlier today. Since we were at the flea market, I thought that was you.
No, that wasn't me, bro. That wasn't me. But yeah, so
it's getting reckless in here.
yeah, it is getting reckless. So we got the kids fighting about something right now. But yeah, so thank you for coming
The
in,
boxing
bro.
gloves, man. All right. Thanks for having me.
For sure. You want to close off with anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you, guys.